Hi guys, Nick here, and today we're going to talk about the Pokemon rule, how to play basically. This is as of Plasma Freeze, as in the new set, so by the time that you're watching this it might be wrong, so I'm sorry about that. So yeah, right, so we're going to start off with like the basic stuff. Every single card must have 60 cards in a deck. If you have, unless you're running just like a normal deck against friends for fun and all sorts, must be 60. There's all sorts of ways that you can like make decks, but it's really highly recommended that you have at least 6 energy inside a deck at once. Basically what an energy is, it's what powers the Pokemon that's in play. As you can see on the screen right here, this is just a rough example. You basically attach the energy to the Pokemon, which allows it to do its specific attack. So you basically need these in order to attack, which is why I said that you need at least 6. Otherwise, trying to win a game is just ridiculous. Right, so there is 3 different types of Pokemon. There is Basic, Stage 1 and Stage 2. There is no, as of this day, Pokemon that have Stage 3 and crap. So just keep that in mind. And when you're like putting these in play, you can only have 1 Pokemon in play at the moment, at once. This is known as your active Pokemon, which you can use attacks with and attach energy and do all sorts. There's also other kinds of Pokemon, which is called Basics. And when I said about Basics, you can put, these are the only Pokemon, except for any special Pokemon like EX or Level X, that you can actually put inside this thing called your bench. Your bench is basically, well, let's just say like your party. You know in the Pokemon games where you have like party and you only have 6 Pokemon in your party at once? Well, it's kind of is as well, because you can only have 1 active Pokemon. You must have 5 Pokemon in your bench. Well, not really, but you just like, when you start the game, you start off with your 60 card deck, as I've just said, and you draw cards. You draw 7 cards, I believe it is. Correct me if I'm wrong. And you basically get to form this hand. You get to put these in your bench. And once like your active Pokemon is knocked out, and like I said, the active Pokemon is the Pokemon that's attacking, you're allowed to change Pokemon. The only bad thing about this is that if you wish to retreat, which is known as retreat cost, you need to skip this out with other pieces, which is known as energy, like retreating. You can also use other things, but I'm going to go up to them in a future video, since this is just the main basics. And you get to add these inside your main Pokemon decks. So each Pokemon has its own specific amount of energy that it's needed to retreat / switch out. And some Pokemon are even not as strong or just lucky enough to have no energy to be able to be retreated. This isn't that much of a problem, to be honest, so just keep that in mind. So yeah, if you wish to have any kind of like way to know further on, I will most likely make another video. Sorry about that small little catch up bit there. I was just checking my Skype. And yeah, so there's more to this, because like I've said, there's all sorts of these different kind of Pokemon. You're probably just thinking at the moment, what is this basic nonsense? What kind of sorcery is this? Well, basically, in order to change like Pokemon, since Stage 1 and Stage 2 cannot be played unless you evolve it from a basic Pokemon. If you don't know what I mean, then it's basically you get a basic Pokemon, and then you evolve it to Stage 1. The only way you can use Stage 2 Pokemon is if you evolve it from Stage 1, like I said. So, and then you get Stage 2. But like I said, as of this day, there is no such thing as Stage 3. At some point in the future, I hope there will be. So as you can see here, there is basically, I am evolving my Pokemon. This could be like, because as you evolve you get different abilities / poker powers or whatever you want to call it. And yeah, so you can just use that to get like a better input of your game. This can be especially helpful on certain other bits of the gameplay, like getting better attacks, getting better trainers. If you don't know what trainer is, I will probably have to put that in another video, because chances are I've gotten bored now. There's like I said, you could use this as like, for example, there might be a Pokemon with an ability that like is an energy search. So yeah, so I highly recommend, if you ever am running a deck, you always have some kind of way to have like its main attacker and its like way to set it up. For example, the deck I'm running at the moment, if you haven't already seen that video, if you want to go check it out, it's basically a poison deck where basically I run, what's it called? Can't remember what they're called, I'll check one sec. But they basically, as soon as you get a direct hit on them, it will do that. It will poison the opponent. So yeah, this isn't, well, poison is one of the many types of things that you can do in order like to change your gameplay. Poison, paralysis, asleep and stuff like that, that's all known as special conditions. The only way you can ever encounter these is if your opponent or / some kind of trainer you get attacked by using something that does this to you. So you shouldn't really worry about this unless you're running like an opponent and crap. So yeah, keep that in mind. And that isn't that much for me to say, apart from the fact that always make sure that you have some kind of energy. Because like I said, if you need energy, then you'll have good attacking Pokemon, since there is all kinds of Pokemon and stuff. So yeah, time for a new subject. Right, so in Pokemon there, like I said, there was 3 different types of Pokemon. There's also one with a potential chance of 2, depending on what kind of time you're watching this video. There's level EX and level X. At the moment, like I've said, Plasma Freeze is the newest set that came out at this time. There is only Pokemon known as EX that are available for play. I am not 100% sure if Heart Gold is still allowed in tournaments, but I guess you could use level X's if you're going against other friends and stuff. So yeah, mainly there's 2 key differences about these Pokemon than normal Pokemon. I'll just cover the X's first. X's have a potential chance of being full art, and full art basically means it looks cooler, it's more holographic, and they're usually ultra rares. It's very unlikely you'll find an X that's not an ultra rare, since they look so cool, so they deserve to be. And X's also can only be played if you have another Pokemon that has exactly the same, which is basically the exactly same Pokemon, and then basically it acts as if you're evolving, I guess you could say. You take that Pokemon and then you add it on, and you like place it on top of the card. So yeah, and now EXs, these usually basic Pokemon, so you can treat them just like basic Pokemon. And they are just like EXs, except they have a few differences. And EXs, they are usually full art, like I've said. They're usually ultra rares. They usually have very strong attacks. And they're usually playable. There's not many EXs / Xs that are not very playable. So yeah, I hope this video helped you out a bit. This is just part 1. I'll be making more videos like this. So yeah, stay tuned. But next video, I will be on about expanding your collection. So yeah, see you.